Tonight, a Macon rabbi and a Georgia lawmaker say hate will not silence them.
Just hours ago, a judge sentenced Ariel Ramos to 5 years in federal prison for sending both women anti-Semitic death threats.
This sends a message that speech is protected, threats and conduct are not.
The sentencing comes 3 years after a group of white supremacists gathered outside Temple Beth Israel, shouting hate-filled messages and displaying offensive symbols.
Shortly after, the temple's Rabbi Elizabeth Bahar and State Representative Esther Panich received threatening postcards. Now the man who sent them is headed to prison. Olivia Dunn was in the courtroom today and shares the message Bahar and Panich want this case to send.
There wasn't an empty seat in the courtroom today as Ramos received the maximum sentence for sending those anti-Semitic threats. But the women who received them say they are still standing strong.
We're not going to not speak up. So you're not going to silence us. You're just going to kind of make us madder and more resilient.
Standing together after the sentencing, Representative Esther Panich and Rabbi Elizabeth Bahar spoke about resiliency. Cameras were not allowed, but dozens of clergy, faith leaders, and supporters stood alongside both women.
People whom I know and love and have come to love in Macon showed up and said, once again, not in our town, and we stand united against hate.
32-year-old Ariel Ramos was sentenced for sending threatening postcards in 2024. Those postcards included messages like, quote, gas the Jews, and, quote, Jews are rats.
Law enforcement is serious about these threats, is serious about hate crimes. It speaks to how the community comes together.
In 2023, a neo-Nazi group gathered outside the Temple Beth Israel. Rabbi Bahar leads the temple, with the gathering prompting her to testify in support of a House bill defining anti-Semitism, co-sponsored by Representative Panich. Shortly after the bill was signed, both women received the postcards.
The choices I had made regarding the changes of my behavioral pattern to maintain family safety were necessary.
Today, Ramos claimed the postcards were marketing for his business, selling white nationalist products. However, the judge gave the maximum 5-year sentence.
That hate is not tolerated, that there is a vehicle to address it correctively in the Justice Department.
Ramos was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release. Reporting in Macon, Olivia Dunn, 13 WMAZ News.
U.S. Attorney Will Keyes says Ramos does have the right to appeal his sentence, but that his team is ready to respond.